Whenever Coach Saban says something, it is like the voice of God almost. Twitter goes crazy, social media goes crazy. But Coach Saban was basically talking about, is this what we want, college athletes? And you get a lot of backlash for opposing fans. I just want to get your thoughts on what Coach Saban mentioned about NIL on Capitol Hill, and I'll start with Ty Hayes.
The thing that's so wild about the social media reaction to the Nick Saban Capitol Hill speech was that a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 days ago, 4 days, pick your timeline ever since the season has ended, and heck, from a lot of people, since the inception of NIL and the transfer portal, it's a lot of what people have been saying. The disingenuous and facetious part here is not what Nick Saban said. That's not what people are mad at. That's what they agree with. What they're mad at is the messenger. What they can't stand is who it's coming from, because Nick Saban dominated the sport for so long that people are all in a frenzy. You saw so many people saying, oh, well, it was only NIL that made an equitable playing field, but it's not an equitable playing field. I've talked about this time and time again. Whenever NIL came into existence, you had states out there whose state legislatures had passed laws that were far more restrictive than others because the NCAA did not set provisions that applied to everybody. They allowed the states to have the sovereignty to do what they pleased. And that in and of itself created inequality. So people aren't mad at the message. They're mad that Nick Saban delivered it because they're mad that he dominated college football. And now they're thinking, oh, well, you won in this environment. Now it's a problem. It's been a problem. Nick Saban has not been silent on this. Lane Kiffin has talked about this. So many coaches have talked about this. That's the part that I don't get, is because from all these people having a problem with what Nick Saban said, I guarantee if you look at their tweet history, their like history, their reply history, they have echoed a lot of the same sentiments Nick Saban said today.
Ty just preached a sermon, man. He hit the nail on the head. It's not the message, it's who's delivering the message. If you look at the people that are complaining, check out their record against Nick Saban. They're probably 0 for something, 0 for a lifetime, or 1 or 2 wins to a bunch of losses. His message makes sense, but they don't like who's delivering it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Van, give us your take on this. And do you see Saban kind of setting himself up as a commissioner for college football?
I can see him being a commissioner for sure. Anything Saban says or does is always going to draw criticism. People hate on him because he's a winner. People that have a problem with winners are usually losers. I mean, let's just be honest about it. Besides all that, if he can get up there and get him to fix that, maybe we can get him to do something about gas and groceries coming soon. What do you think?
Well, he's getting my presidential vote. I don't know if anybody else.
Oh, yeah. I was going to write him in anyways.
I don't know if he did it for any other reason other than to tell the truth. And the fact that he's getting a response like he is means he's reaching a lot of people, whether they want to admit it or not. So I think it's actually a good thing he's getting this much hate. The more hate you get, that means the more people are listening to you. And eventually, if they hear it enough times, they're going to understand it. To me, it's actually a good thing. I think he delivered the message exactly the way it needed to be delivered.